Hey everybody, what is going on? So today's video is, maybe you can tell, the spray foam insulation of my entire tiny house. In this video, we're gonna talk to the actual manager. He came out to site. We are going to be stepping into it while they're doing this spray foaming. We're gonna talk about some benefits. We're gonna put to sleep some of the haters out there that really don't know that much about spray foam, including me. I didn't know all of the pros and cons to having spray foam. Well, let's get into all of that coming up in this video. Before we get going with the installation video, I just wanted to welcome anybody that is new to the channel. So thank you for tuning in. And what I do here on this channel is a combination of many different things. Right now, I am building a tiny house. I have built several vans in the past. I try to show and inspire people that are unmotivated to do something, whether it's build a tiny house, whether it's build a van, whether it's go be a doctor, whatever it may be. I hope that you go and do it. I show projects like this, which is going to be all DIY or project managed DIY, or a DIY assist, which is what I've called it in the past. Me doing a lot of the work. So again, hopefully motivating you to do all the work yourself, or hiring people where you need to hire people, like I did today for the installation. I didn't feel confident in doing my own installation. I wanted really top quality stuff. You don't feel confident in something that you want to do, it's okay by hiring somebody, but you're still project managing the entire process, whether it's a tiny home or a van. So all of that is Ghost Design and Build, and I will get more into, reclaimed pallet projects or reclaimed wood projects, or just building epoxy furniture in the future as well when I get my piece of land and I start working on a dream container home, hopefully, fingers crossed on that one. The other part of my channel is I like to show off other people. I like to show off other companies that are in this space, or I like to show off other DIYers that are building and designing or have done their own van or their own tiny house or their own just unique style of living. Now, you guys only see me in this shop space that I am in right now with all of my cool tools behind me. I actually am building on a Murphy bed right now. I've got some other stuff over here like wood storage, etc. and so forth. But in today's video, I'm gonna talk about the other side that you guys really don't know all that much about me. I like to be classy every now and again. I like to be elegant. And I want to talk to you about the Ciga Watch right here. This watch is really cool and amazing, and I'm really happy that they were able to send me this. I got the stainless steel version, but this watch actually won an award. I must say how the packaging and how the Ciga Watch Blue Planet was presented and packaged was an amazing, just all around. Not only that, it is an environmentally friendly book gift box packaging. So as you guys can see here, the Ciga Design watch comes extremely well packaged. It comes with this little booklet here. And as you guys can see, I was talking about the award that they won. It is the Geneva Advanced Watch Award, GPHG. I was thoroughly impressed on how they packaged everything in this box, how it was all presented. And for me, that's a big thing. China's original designer wristband watch, whose products emphasize modern mechanical art aesthetics, is a cutting-edge China chic mechanical wristwatch with beautiful materials and an inexpensive performance. The Blue Planet has an original asynchronous movement follows the technology, realizing the subversion and innovation of the watch. As you can see here, the Blue Planet has no second or minute or hour hands. How you tell the time is the hour is on the outside ring and the minutes are in the inside ring. You may be able to see the north, south, east, west dial, and that will point to the hour and the minute of the time that it is, giving it a very elegant and sleek design to it, which if you've seen any of my van builds or my future tiny house build, this kind of goes hand in hand with my elegant and sleekness. From the details of the curvature of the glass, flipping it over and being on the back side where you can actually see inside of the watch and all of the mechanical parts moving inside. This is the stainless steel version. However, it also comes in a titanium version as well. And lastly, the strap, how it fits around your wrist. It is a silicone strap to give a very comfortable yet durable feeling around your wrist. The Blue Planet watch has a 3 ATM waterproof to meet your daily life waterproof needs. So you can wash your dishes, you can take a shower, you can even take a bath with this watch around your wrist.
Perfect time of year to get the Blue Planet watch for yourself, your significant other, maybe a parent, or whatever suits your needs.
Lastly, I just want to say about this watch is the versatility of it. You see, I can be here and I can wear my hoodie, my awesome gutted hoodie, by the way. It still looks really classy and it looks really good, and it doesn't like take away from my outfit that I'm in right now. I could put on a suit, I could be business casual, I could do whatever I want it to be, and I could still look good with the watch on. I bet you guys didn't even know that I was a watch enthusiast until this point. All right, now let's go check out how they did this entire installation job. Busy day here with the tiny house. We got a little bit of noise behind me because we got the airtight weatherization guys here. Shout out to Trailer Made Trailers because they are the ones that told me to sub this out, to hire somebody, to make sure it's done correctly. They gave me the best advice, as in hiring somebody to do this makes the most sense. Now, can you do it yourself? You can. But after talking to the professionals about this kind of stuff, it is obviously better to have somebody professionally do it. This is not like building cabinetry. This is not like, you know, building other aspects of the tiny house. This is like serious stuff that I would only want to pay a professional to do. For pricing, I think it was like $1,600, $1,500, $1,700, somewhere right between like $1,500 and $1,700 just for the trailer. The trailer was 6 inches in depth, 24 feet in length, and 8 feet across. The house is another, I think 2,600, 2,700, something like that. But I'm doing all the walls and the ceiling, which again is 24 feet in length, 8 feet wide, and the high side, you can see right here, there's a slope, there's a pitch to the roof. The high side is about 11 feet high, and the low side is about 9.5. I'm putting some of the best heater I know in an off-grid application, which is VanLife Tech. VanLife Tech makes heaters for vans. He's specialty cut a floor for me, which very nice, thank you very much, Troy. I'm putting this house in the Northeast. It's gonna be cold up here. We get cold. Also, Trailer Made Trailers brought this up to me as well when I was out at one of the tiny festivals. Damon, which is the owner of Trailer Made Trailers, was explaining to me that the spray foam acts as a structural integrity. It helps with the structural integrity. What I also found very interesting, I was talking to them and they were doing a walkthrough, kind of prepping the inside, which I'll show you guys here in a second. And they were kind of pulling on the studs. And they were like just making sure that when they spray the foam in, because it expands, that it doesn't damage the studs. And they were like, oh, these are good studs. This is because they're made out of steel. He said a lot of times we deal with aluminum, and the aluminum can bend or twist because of the amount of pressure that spray foam is giving. And that is why we talk about not putting spray foam inside of a van. So for all of the van lifers to watch my channel, that's why you don't put the spray foam inside of vans, unless it's professionally done and done extremely accurately. Because of the expanding of the foam, it can actually screw up, you know, the sheet metal of the vans, or if you're using aluminum studs. So keep that in mind if you're gonna be doing that. All right, let's go look inside real quick. It looks like Robert is practically all done here prepping. Sorry for the lighting, everybody. His phone is ringing. You're the manager, are you not?
Yes, I am.
So he's the manager with airtight weatherization. Am I saying that right?
Airtight weatherization.
But it looks like he's prepped all my windows. This is part of their gig. This is part of the amount of money I paid for this. He's got all of his body weight up on my loft that I made too, which is even cooler. You scared up there?
No.
I would be. All right, well, I'm gonna let them get back to work. We got Roberto here as well, right?
Yeah, Roberto's gonna be the sprayer.
Roberto was also the awesome dude that did the entire trailer itself. This is gonna be fun, guys. We're gonna watch this all take place. Roberto's inside spraying. He's locked in there. He's all suited up, right? I didn't get him on camera all suited up.
We'll see him
we will. We'll show him all suited up. Manager doesn't have to do any work. He gets to sit around.
Perfect.
Dude, you were talking to me a lot about the applications and the process of all of this, and we were talking a lot about the difference between like a closed cell and open cell and fiberglass and freaking wool,
yeah.
everything. So for the people that don't know what's up, including myself, could you explain to my audience on why like closed cell is better than open cell? And we're also talking about vapor barriers. Like we were talking about a lot. I don't know if you can condense our talk that we just had for the last like 30 minutes.
I know.
Into a couple minutes.
Wait. So I mean, the difference between open cell and closed cell obviously is, you know, a closed cell is a closed cell, so it's more dense. With the closed cell that we use is an SWD 144. It has an R value of 7.5 per inch. For us today, what we're doing, we're going to do an R21 in the walls, which is, you know, usually a code for Massachusetts, you know, for exterior walls anyway. It comes out to be like 2 3/4 inches. So
Wow.
it saves you a lot of space in your walls, especially if like a lot of older homes in Massachusetts. You know, you have 2x4 walls.
Yeah.
You know what it, like I was telling you before, it helps with structural integrity. So you know, those older homes that you may have, you know, it's going to help strengthen that house because a lot of it's barn board on the outside. So whereas you don't have the sheathing, nice 4x8 piece of sheathing that you will help keep it sturdy as well. But on these older homes, it helps out a great deal, especially in a tiny house like this.
Will I need a vapor barrier in my tiny house?
No. So basically, with the closed cell spray foam, you get a moisture, air, and vapor barrier all included, and you get that usually right around 1.5 inches. So, which is great. So you already get those qualities. We use it in ground. We use it on the ground. We use it in the walls and basements because of that fact. Because so many basements have moisture issues.
For all the people out there that ask this, because it happened a lot when we did the trailer, what about the thermal bridging aspect of it all? Like, does your spray foam help with that?
Yeah, it definitely does. You know, obviously, you know, depending on the application, so say like a crawl space or underneath something like this, you want to spray over, you know, the structure. So whether it be steel or wood, you know, what you want to do is you want to spray over that, so encapsulate it, so that way you can prevent that thermal bridging. Or if it's wood, you want to prevent wicking or any kind of moisture or absorption of humidity underneath the house or in a crawl space, or like I was telling you earlier, on the ocean, saltwater air. It's just, it obviously destroys everything faster. So with this closed cell in those areas, it's going to help prevent that.
Is spray foam, does that invite rodents into the space?
You know, with an open cell, it could. You know, they love fiberglass. Mineral wool, not so much, because it's almost like a Brillo pad. You know, and mineral wool is made out of stone, so it's a great product. Mold resistant, fire resistant. You know, it's a great product. You know, so I always say, you know, if it's not closed cell, then it's mineral wool. You know, because those are your premium products. Yeah. And with closed cell, you know, like I told you before, it sets up like concrete. So therefore, you know, rodents tend to see it as, you know, go past it. You know, whereas open cell is more spongent. Fiberglass, they love to live in fiberglass. So it's a lot easier for them to get through.
I'm learning all this, guys, by the way, is just as much as everybody here is learning about this. You've done multi-million-dollar homes before, and you just are baffled by what's behind the walls. You spend all this money on appliances and everything else.
$80,000 kitchen, and then you put fiberglass in your walls, and it's,
they don't care about what's behind the walls. Yeah,
and it's like, you know, a lot of people buy all these energy efficient, you know, washer and dryer, HVAC system, refrigerator, dishwasher, all Energy Star. But the only thing what makes those energy efficient is the product that you put in your wall, your thermal envelope. So if you don't spend the money now, then it's not going to make those things energy efficient. It's going to make them obsolete. So, like, even like we were saying, like an HVAC system in an attic. You know, all your mechanicals should be inside your thermal envelope, building 101. That's what's going to keep them and make them run more efficient, is putting them in an efficient area.
Is he obviously the manager of Airtight Weatherization, but you were also a home builder for
years,
many years. I feel kind of bad for your boy inside. You were telling me that the spray coming out of the gun is a very hot.
It comes out at about 120 degrees, depending on the season.
So he's sweating bullets in there?
Oh, he's sweating bullets, Have you seen the size of him?
He's...
You want to lose weight, spray foam for a little while. You know?
Right now, we're in December. It's a little chilly outside. It's about, you know, a high 30s right now. It's raining. Does that matter? Like, we're inside, obviously. I'm in my shop space. Yeah. Would that matter if you were spraying a home?
Yes, it does actually. Okay. You know, so what we try to do is, you know, the area in which we're going to be spraying, we usually try and keep it above 60 degrees. You know, because, you know, say if it's cold on the outside and we go to spray it, you know, you might have some moisture there. And what closed cell will do, will absorb that moisture and pull it out, and it'll cause you know, a cavity between the open cell, or the closed cell, the foam basically, and the sheathing. So you don't want a pocket, because then that way you can have moisture still form there again. You want it basically a solid piece. So bringing the temperature up, it'll keep it, it'll keep it, you know, adhered to that underside of the sheathing.
Because it's all sealed up right now, as you guys can see, like, I don't smell anything. I don't have any fumes. There's nothing here.
No.
So if I did step inside, I got to wear the mask. So I will mask up, and I'll peek in what Roberto is doing.
Right. You know, because the thing with closed cell is, especially this day and age, you know, the products that we use are Green Guard certified. And with the product we're using, SWD, it's a gold standard, so it's the top of the list. So, you know, it's a good product, and also you know, the VOCs dissipate relatively fast within a couple hours.
Well, that was, I guess, my next question.
Process.
Yeah, it was, what is the off-gassing of this?
It's usually only a couple hours. Yeah, I mean, it dissipates relatively quick.
After this is done, I'm actually leaving this for a day, and I'm not even coming back to it. You're telling me I'll be fine.
Yeah, probably fine. Even if it's cold in here, it'll be fine, because after a couple hours, it'll be fine, and it's not going to move.
I'm going to leave the heater on.
Oh yeah, the heater will be on, it's fine, but it's not going to be like, you know, all of a sudden start cracking and pulling away.
Cool.
So, you know, do your research about spray foams. It's not all cut out. You know, it's not as bad as people, you know, claim it to be. So it actually has a lot of good qualities, especially for...
When I was talking to Roberto last time, he was like, if we were having this discussion maybe 10 years ago, it would be a different, you know, you've been doing this a long time.
Right.
So the product, the spray foam itself has come a long way over the last even 3 years.
Yep. It's definitely, you know, especially when it comes to off-gassing, you know, people always think that you know, once it'll off-gas for years, and that's not the case anymore.
Not anymore?
Not anymore. No, and once it's done, it's done, and then it's...
I don't know if we saw him walk past, but we'll get him again. Poor guy. This is Roberto. He's all masked up. There he is. I'll end this part here, as in, I'm gonna ask you about the vans then, because a lot of my viewers are van lifers. Can you spray foam insulate a van?
Of course, yeah. We've done it actually a lot of times on a lot of refrigerated vans.
Yeah.
So, and the way you do it is it's about the application. You know, you can use closed cell, but what you do is you do a very thin layer so that you don't flex, you know, the aluminum on the outside.
Yeah,
you know?
it can warp, right?
Yeah, you don't want to create a warp. So the way to do it is a light coat, and then you let that adhere, and then that way you already have your base layer, and then you can do your 2 inches or 1 inch actually, probably. So
how long is that? So you do the base coat, let that sit for a little bit.
Yeah, if you did a whole layer of a skim coat, and then go back from the beginning to the beginning and just...
Are we giving away, you know, we're giving away reasons people to hire it? We're good. Okay.
But like I said, you know, Roberto's been doing it 12 years. It's not something you can just pick up.
It's an art.
Yeah, it's an art.
All right, guys, we're gonna pick this up when it's all done, and we can step inside and check it out. That was a lot of stuff that happened during this video, and hopefully you guys got some good information from it. I did want to end with this part right here. Is the installation dude, Rob, was very nice and awesome, and I have paid him for their job that they did. Also, Roberto, thank you to him, shout out to him. He left me one of the cans that they used to fill in the cracks. This is a little bit better than that gap filler that you might see at like a Home Depot, and they fill in all the cracks, and he just finished the job right here. So all of these cracks in here that were a little too tight for the spray gun that they used, that's what they kind of do with that little gun there. There was a lot of gaps, like here, he filled in all of that little gap in there. This was a little gap in here. So that's kind of how they finished off the job. I am super happy with how it came out. And by the way, they did spend hours in here, not hours, but a couple hours cleaning and scraping all of the debris off. So it was a mess in here for a while, but now it looks fantastic. It looks beautiful. I'm so excited to kind of start building now. As you guys saw when I was talking about the watch,
the Murphy bed. I'm going to start working on that first and foremost because that is pretty much going to dictate the rest of the build. For even all of that, I got to lay down the heated floor system. So shout out to VanLife Tech in this video because the heated floor system just came in and we're going to get that installed pronto. So happy holidays to all of you out there, and we'll see you guys next time. Later!
I could conquer the night if I can make it, if I try.